G'day guys, welcome to Forza Motorsport. Here at the Le Mans circuit today. 7 laps, it's going to be a long one. Changing my fuel to about 5 laps to save a bit of weight, so that my car is a little bit faster. And we should be ready to go. Checking out who's beside me, who's behind, who's in front. Here we go. Off to turn 1. It's going to be very chaotic, as you will see in a second. I'll try and stay around the outside here and try not to get into much carnage. As you check out the congestion, I'm getting hit from everywhere. Trying to stay out of trouble. Getting hit massively as we check out a replay. Check out the radar. The congestion is insane at the moment, as this guy comes in and hits me right in the right hand corner. As we travel down to the next few corners, taking a breath, trying to get settled as we move along to the long straights coming up ahead, as we position ourselves nicely for a good exit through there. As AM loves to goes a bit wide, we go through on the inside, and we have really good speed to go through on the Mustang and stay behind the Aston Martin here. Deciding to bump draft the Aston. There will be a slow car on the right, so just trying to help the Aston try and go past. As we take a look behind, 1, 2, 3, 4 cars going off. It's a typical Forza Motorsport thing to do as we continue to stay in the draft of the Porsche. Really good battle with these guys here. Going alongside Reach 006. Trying to position myself for the next corner. Almost nailing the Lexus. Going a bit wide here. I didn't have enough grip and ran a bit wide there, so we go back behind Reach 006, trying to get in this slipstream again before the hairpin that comes up, which is really good for an overtake, which we do the overtake before them, which is really nice. Heavy brakes into a nice corner. A little bit squirrely on the exit. Initiating hyperspeed for that straight and coming up to the next few corners with Death Star and SNG battling up ahead, trying to capitalize and making up ground on them as they fight on the next straight, trying to stay in the slipstream. Zooming in here, 0.7. He's got a 1.8 penalty, so we will try and stay with them as we come up to one of my favorite corners, the S's. Trying to stay in contention with the drivers ahead as they continue to fight. We come up behind Death Star. As you see, he'll make a little mistake here. I go up on the inside, which turns to the outside, but stay there. And with the grip and momentum, we make beautiful pass on Death Star, which brings us up to 4th position. Trying to forget about Death Star behind and concentrate all my efforts on the Lexus in front. That's the first lap completed out of 7. 4 laps of fuel left. As I said, making our car a bit lighter so we can refuel during a pit stop when the time comes. I'll use a bit of a different strategy with tyres today, so we'll see how that goes. Coming down the hill to the next few corners before the straights, trying to position myself nicely to stay within touch of SNG. The GT ahead, looking a bit squirrely, but both GT and the Lexus going a bit wide, and I'm going to have great momentum coming up alongside SNG and making it a pass, trying to get back into the slipstream, and as we do, we are now coming towards the GT car here. Up the inside. Zooming in here on the radar. No contact, trying to make it as smooth as possible. Almost clipped on the way up, but we are in second position. Concentrating all my efforts now on Sam Day in front. SNG is behind. He's going to be one of our main competitors for the race, so keep an eye on him. But everything on Sam Day at the moment. As we come through, you're going to see a little bit of lag, a little bit of frames here and there. Apologies for that, but that's how the recording came out, so we'll just have to deal with it for now as we stay in the slipstream. SNG right behind now. We'll see if we have to cover down here for the hairpin. Nice braking. Getting a really smooth exit for a run on Sam Day on the straight. He doesn't have the greatest top speed, so we should be able to get past here nice and quickly before the next few corners come up. There we go. Up the inside. In first place, taking charge of the race. As we go a little bit wide, as he comes back slightly, but we contain the lead. Keep the momentum. Got to make sure we get out of this corner nicely, which we do. Is fantastic. There we go. Try and shake off the slipstream. Sam Day's onto it as we come up to the S's. And as we go along the straight, just wanted to say thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Keeping it smooth here. Some of my favorite corners, keeping up momentum, hitting each mark, making sure the mid-corner speed is high. Sam Day gets a bit wide there. As we look behind, Sam Day's going to go off the track, and he's going to entail a 1 second penalty, which really hurts for the long run if you got someone behind you. Just makes it more nerve-wracking than it needs to be. As we come through the last couple corners and onto lap 3 as we enter into hyperspeed mode again, coming up to the long straights as Sam Day goes very wide, has a massive slide, and both Sam Day and SNG entail some penalties, 2.2 and 1.4 for SNG. As we stay on the right hand side of the road, trying to keep the Porsche away from the slipstream. He doesn't bother coming into the slipstream at all, which I thought was a bit odd, but we take it. We try and pull away from our opponents behind, making every corner as smooth as possible as well. Time wipe to the end of lap 3 and taking a look at SNG, who is now 1.8 seconds behind, as we decide to go into pit lane to get some fresh boots. I decided to go into the hard tires. Normally people go on lap 4 and go to the mediums again, but I wanted to change it up a bit, go for some hards, try and extend that lead, because I know the mediums are going to go off this lap and we'll slow them down, but we'll have to see how that turns out as the trusty pit crew do their job very well. Much appreciated, thank you. As we look for who we're going to come out with. As we're in 9th, 10th position now. Lobster on old tyres, so we will get past him right now as we have fresh boots. He's got old boots on. As we change our mindset to making this outlap the best outlap it can be and as clean as possible to try and stay in front of SNG, who will probably go into the pits this lap. 35.5 to the leader. Now it's down to 35.1 and he's entered the pit lane, so we enable hyperspeed to try and gain something back, which is not actually true, just speeding up the footage. And you may look to the right hand side of the screen, you will see SNG, there he is. And that's kind of frustrating, as I was hoping to be more in front than I am. As I go a bit wide, make a mistake, that's so costly as he gains all that time back and now 0.8 seconds behind. Definitely going to gain time with those fresh boots, medium tires on our hard tires, so we're just going to have to make do and try and be as clean as possible as we come up to the long straight. He's going to gain a huge amount of time. He gets a really good exit, trying to set up a nice pass on the straight, which he will, and he will come up the side and pass me to take 3rd place from me, eventually the lead. Just feathering the throttle, make him not waste any time or anyone behind, and trying to stay in his slipstream, to stay with him. It's important to try and always stay behind the car in front to stay in the slipstream. It will serve you well. Any seconds, any time matters at the end of the race, so do everything that you can to stay as we take these 2 corners nicely. SNG with those medium tires does pull away slightly, which did concern me a bit, so we are now falling back, and nicely on the marks there. Nice smooth exit. Now the gap is now 1.3, so I'm out of slipstream range for these long corners. Almost now 2 seconds. So he is definitely pulling away. I did incur a 0.7 penalty as we fast forward to the same corners on the next lap. The gap is now 4.8 seconds. Definitely gaining time on me. Gap is now 6 seconds as we travel to the next lap, on the last lap actually. Now keep an eye on the time in the top left. It's now down to 5.3. His medium tires are starting to go up. That's the benefit of having hard tires. Although slower, they will gain their grip more effectively over time, so we will start to come back. We'll see if this is too late though, but keep an eye on the top left. The time will come down, coming through these corners, making sure that our accuracy is on point, keeping in line, keeping it tight. And you'll see the weather actually change suddenly. No need to worry about the weather right this second, because we need to gain 2.2 seconds with the combined penalties. Can we do it? Coming up to the last few corners, he's losing so much time with those old mediums. Coming through, making as clean as possible. And are we able to do it? 2.3, 2.2, I think we did. We did. We won the race. That was so close. Instant replay down to 2.2, coming down to 2.1 seconds. That was a great race. As we can see the time there, race time, total time 28:16 to 28:16.8. As there we go. That was a lot of fun. And if you had as much fun as I did, please like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to the video. Really appreciate the support. I hope to do more of these in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.